Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! Buckle up. What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and welcome to this week's episode of The Knife Guy. If you are new to my channel or you just came out of some weird corner of the internet and you have no idea where you are, who I am a knife guy, knife user, knife collector, knife enjoyer of many sorts. We are all, assuming if you're watching this video, knife guys and knife gals in this super weird, crazy EDC and knife related world. We all go down our own unique paths, but oftentimes those paths intersect and we experience a lot of the same stuff. What I like to do in this series is pick up knives that are either mine or some of my generous viewers who've lent them to me, and just sort of, flip them, sort of turn them over. Just give you guys something to, watch and or listen to on this hopefully beautiful Sunday morning, afternoon, or evening. First episode in the new dungeon. If you guys didn't catch that tour, I did upload a tour of my new dungeon, which is everything that you're not seeing right now. So yeah, check that out. Oh boy, I have a bit of a rant. I just realized this door is open. It's catching the echo. Bit of a rant to share with you guys. So 4 or 5 times in 2021, I've definitely been like, nah, that's overpriced. I've definitely said that before, right? I think a lot of people, they watch my content and they go, this guy's all positive. Anybody who says that has never made it more than 5 minutes into one of my videos. You want to test it? We've talked about this before. Just fast forward to like 15 minutes into any of my knife reviews. You're gonna be like, oh, he did. He said a bunch of negative stuff. Yeah, it's because we do specs first, we do general information first, and then we get into the meat and potatoes, right? Sometimes we get into the ginger and the wasabi. Blah. Ugh. I love sushi. Ginger and wasabi. What the heck? Why? Ooh, gross. Nuclear toothpaste. Why? This has nothing to do with sushi. But a few times, in fact, quite a bit, I say, well, this is overpriced. 5 or 6 times this year, I've been internally offended by the price of, it's very specifically some production knives. Some foreign-made production knives. Now, you guys know on this channel that I am, very fair. I will review anything and everything, right? As long as it's, the quality can come from anywhere. There have definitely been some American knives where I'm like, no! So this is not like a, pro-USA, anti-everything else. No, I assume that's why people watch my channel. They want to know the truth about this stuff, right? And I'm going to tell you guys the truth. I'm going to tell you guys what I think. Boy, this is cool. The Abyss from, I keep wanting to say it's Arcane Design. Yeah. Anyways, everything that's out on the table today, is really just out here to talk. I'm not going to specifically name companies or specific knives. 5 times this year, I've been thoroughly offended by that because I feel like they think we're dumb. They think we're dumb. Some of these, they're selling us. They're like, hey, yeah, look at this, huh? You want this? You're gonna have to pay this for it, right? It's almost like this. It's not even an attempt to, sell it. It's just you got to pay an extra $200 because screw you, right? Now listen, let me tell you. So this really, I will say one knife. I'll tell you the one that made me the most furious, but there are some other ones alongside of it. You guys know that I have affiliate links. If you did not know, I have links down in the description to retailers that I use and trust, and I intentionally sought those out. They carry a lot of knives that I really like and that I know you guys will like. And this benefits me because people can come to my channel, watch it. They can either, they can go down in the description, they can click on a link, go to the retailer and pick up the knife that they want, right? If it's the video's about that, or they can go to the new arrivals and pick up something else. And either way, it benefits the channel, right? I think everybody kind of knows how that works. When I did the James Brand The Barnes review, I said, do not buy this knife. This knife is overpriced. But as per usual, the link is down there for people who want to make that choice for themselves because the knife is beautiful. And I've definitely, I said, I've been on the other side of this. I've been like, wow, that's too much money. Like, for example, the Rockstead, right? We should get that knife out. My Rockstead Higo 2, ridiculously overpriced. $1,500. Yeesh. Woo! This is more like an $1,100, maybe $1,000. Some people are going to look at this and go, dude, that's like a $700, $600 knife, right? Whatever. Overpriced, but I own it because I just wanted it, right? So I linked it with my affiliate link and I said, you make your choice for yourself, but if you want to know my opinion, I don't think you should buy this. I think you should buy something else. People still bought that knife. In fact, a lot of people used that link and bought that knife. A lot of people. And I made money off of that. That has been sitting in my stomach and souring me for a while. Right? Great. That's great because the money, it goes right back into the channel. But what bothered me is that knife, I did everything I could to dissuade people from buying it. It's like, no, don't buy this. And they still did it, which means James Brand has no incentive whatsoever to buckle to people shouting, right? It's like, let's say they made, I don't know how many they made, 200, the Barnes, maybe, I don't know. Say they made 200, right? Everybody's shouting, overpriced, 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 right? 100,000 people, 200,000 people shouting that. Well, if they sold them all, why would they give a crap about what everybody else is shot? They don't care. They're not going to care, right? They're like, what, dude, we sold them all. Like, we're going to keep doing this, right? So, and that's frustrating. Now, it's not just with that knife. I have seen the prices creeping up on some, like the good titanium frame lock in M390 production knife has been perfected. And we are just seeing sidestep variants of this. It's the same thing over and over again being sold to us for more money. I don't like that. I really don't like that. In the beginning, well, not in the beginning, in the earlier days, excuse me. This channel's been going on for 3.5 years now. What was being sold to us for, let's say, $200 or $200 to $250, what was being sold to us 3 years ago is the same exact thing, or in some cases, it's actually a lesser thing that's being sold to us now. An easier to manufacture thing with less complexity, but more of the look that sells, right? For more money. These things are being made in simpler ways, right? And it's a trend right now, I think, for things to look simple and, be simple. But the manufacturing process has become less expensive, the way that things are being shaped and created, right? But inflation, yeah, there is, right? But there's like a shadow gap being created, and we're paying for it in a lot of knives. And there was a couple here lately where I was like, you have got to be kidding me. I don't get offended or insult. Like, man, I get so many comments every day, and some people are jerks. But it's easy for me to, I see so many, there's the vast majority of comments in my comment section are all super nice, right? Every now and then there's just some, salty weasel, angry boy. And, he flies in it. And I'm like, well, sorry, I hope your day gets better, right? Or, I don't know, step on a rake, whatever. What offends me is when I feel like I'm having something jammed down my throat for something, for way, and I know I get on people and I'm like, if you don't like it, then just don't buy it. The problem is now I'm seeing it spreading. I'm not talking about Spyderco, right? Some people are always like, Spyderco's overpriced. Okay, some models, sure. But also a lot of times people are complaining about the PM2. US made, right? No, it's not anything complicated. It used to be 125 and now it's 150. I mean, yeah, they bumped it up to S45VN, but it's 150. Like, oh, I would say that's a very minor part of what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a lot of the foreign-made stuff that is just on trend, and it's being made simpler and simpler and simpler. There's more stamped and pressed. They can get the fit and finish. They can get the tolerances the way that people like me prefer for less money. And then they kind of skip on things like the pocket clips. They skip on things like the finish. They do the easy thing. They skip on things like they don't put texturing on the scales. They don't do anything fancy with the scales. They just make it, but they're like, oh, but it's trendy now because everything is so minimalist and stylish. Oh, man, that's pushing that manufacturer trend. Then they're making us pay for it, making us pay more for it. Not everybody. But it's definitely happening. And man, a couple of times I've been like, no way. That is absolute crap. Trying to convince me that a 200 one of the ones I saw here recently, a knife that should have ran about 200 to 225 was being sold limited supply, limited edition for $400. Are you kidding me? I'm generally in defense, right? In some situations, people are talking about artificial scarcity, the limited runs of things, right? They do that and they jack the prices up. We saw much milder versions of that, in the last 3-4 years. Now it's just like, a lot of companies are just like, obviously these idiots will buy anything, so let's just make that and then charge them for it. Now it's like way more apparent, right? So what are you going to do about it? You're just going to do a Knife Guy episode and like rant? Well, yeah. But my reviews are also going to get harsher. Now, I am not the most influential person in the knife world. I really don't have that much power, right? I've been real dramatic in this episode, almost like I'm about to march to war. Nah, I'm not doing that. I'm just a blip in the sea that is social media, the knife world social media, right? I'm still just a blip. This channel's doing pretty good. Very happy with the subscriber count, extremely happy with the traffic. 1 million views in the last 28 days. Wow. What? 1 million views in 28 days, according to my YouTube analytics. That's pretty cool. What little power I have, and I mean that, I'm not very powerful. I'm not very influential. I do appreciate it when you guys tell me you buy things off my recommendation. I do like that. Makes me feel happy because honesty, transparency, all that, it's very important to me. So when somebody buys something that I recommend, I know that I legitimately recommended it and they bought it. And especially when they're like, this made me so happy. This is what you said it was going to be. I just feel good. I'm like, yes, that feels good. Yeah, I make money off of it, but it feels better. It feels better. What's better than making money is knowing that I gave real information about something that I liked and thought it was a good deal. That person picked it up and it brought them the same amount of joy. They have no regrets. Right? That's what makes me happy. My reviews are going to become harsher. I'm going to be a little more brutal. In fact, I'm going to be a lot more brutal when it comes to pricing. Now, that does not mean that anything over a certain price I'm going to be offended by. There are definitely knives that are worth $1,500, right? Something like this. There are definitely knives that are worth $500, right? Or $600. Obviously, I'm still going to be a Hinderer fanboy, right? I just gave you 2 US examples. There are also knives that are manufactured in China that I think are worth a lot of money. Rant does a great job of bringing it. They bring it. Most Rant knives, they will bring their A game. If they're going to charge you for it, they bring it. Some other companies, right? And again, it's not specific. I always just lay knives out on the table. Some other companies, they have some good stuff, right? It's the evidence of this is within their own line. They have certain things in their line that are reasonably priced, and then it's like the same thing, but it's limited, or it's like whatever. It starts to catch fire, and people and they're like, "Oh, you want this? Okay, you have to pay more for it now, a lot more, because this or that." Nah, definitely going to get more brutal with that. Definitely going to be a lot more aggressive when it comes to my own internal system for pricing. Now, I still have to battle with the truth behind inflation, because that's right. And I know people are going to be like, well, actually, the whole inflation thing is artificial, and it's been just that. Save the conspiracies, please. I know this sounds brutal. I hate listening to people rant about conspiracies. I hate it. I honestly would. I don't know. I think I would rather put sheetrock in a blender, mixed with Kahlua, and then drink it, than listen to somebody go on and on and on about their thoughts on the shadowy underworld of our reality. Please don't. Please don't. Now, it's like, but you're talking there. You guys are going to say, well, you're sitting here telling us, this your idea of what's happening with the pricing, right? How is it any different? I don't know. Maybe it's not. But this is my channel. It's a really selfish thing to say. I don't have the power to change this, and honestly, what I'm going to do probably won't make that much of a difference. I'm still going to review a wide variety of things. You're still going to get budget knives and inexpensive knives that are made from, in places that are all around the world, right? You're still going to get that, because there's still a lot of great stuff that's priced really well that's coming from all corners, right? You're still going to see mid-range knives being reviewed here. You're still going to see your upper end, right? Your ultra high-end production, your mid-techs, your customs. You're still going to see that, right? I'm not excluding knives of a certain price range, no, right? Because people are going to be like, yeah, I've been saying that all along. Ain't nobody need a knife over $1,000. Shut up. I'm still going to review $1,000 knives, and I'm still going to tell people when I think they're worth it, right? I'm not like anti whatever the threshold is for generally expensive. No, there are just certain things in certain tiers made by certain companies that are being exploited, right? They're charging us extra for it. I don't like feeling like I'm being slapped in the face with something, right? I don't like it when it's like they clearly think that we're idiots, or that they have created this circumstance in which we simply must pay, right? So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Again, I don't know how much difference it's going to make. Probably not, right? You might think, well, a guy with 65,000 subscribers and he gets 1 million views a month, I bet it'll make a big difference. Probably not. I mean, that's the hard truth that I've realized on YouTube, is you're not going to get anything done unless you have millions of subscribers and you get hundreds of millions of views per month. That's YouTube power. That's influencer power. Me? No, I'm a guppy. I can't make waves or changes, things like that. But what I can do is continue to be honest, speak my mind, right? If I feel like something is overpriced, I'm going to say it. I'm not gonna do that thing where I'm kind of like, well, because in the past, again, I was like, well, I don't know, maybe they are dealing with inflation, right, and maybe the cost of this or that. But here lately, just some of the blatant, like, insanity. It's just, there was no attempt to, nothing that has fogged it up. It's clear as day. With a few things, it's just been an absolute canoe oar to the face with some of the pricing. Whoo, man, 19 minutes. That was some fire. Great first episode in the new dungeon. I want to make clear that some of these reviews that I have done that you're going to see over the next month, a couple of them, what I'm talking about, it's in there. And I made sure to mention, I'm not anti this company, because this company, some of these companies that I'm talking about, like I said, they do have knives that are priced really, really well, right? It's just like, don't try to do this. Don't try to do this, use it as a test bed, and then slowly apply it to everything else and then jam it down our throats. Don't do that. I'm going to point it out. I'm going to, be honest and fair, right? And as per usual, continue to bring content to you guys about stuff that really is a good deal, that really is worth your money, right? I want to separate those things and make it clear, right? Especially for new people coming into the game right now, right? And you're like, I want this and it's $280. I guess that's what it costs, right? There's so many new people. So all I can do is damage mitigation. Try and help. Those of you who have been around for a long time, you don't need my help. You can look at something and go, no. But new people, yeah, very vulnerable, right? Companies definitely exploiting a lot of new traffic. Ooh, well, they don't know. So here you go. You got money? We've got stuff you can trade that for, right? So gonna try to be quite a bit more brutal on some of that stuff, but you'll still see the same content. I'm just gonna be there's also gonna be stuff that you just won't see, right? I won't even after learning what I learned from the James Brand video. A lot of people are like, well, we need them negative reviews. We need to know. The people need to know. Well, here's the problem. Just by giving it the exposure on the channel, just by showing it, I can sit there and go, this is garbage, this is garbage, this is overpriced. People still buy it. So all I did was just aid in the sale of that. And worst of all, I made money on it. In the future, it might be a situation where I just don't show that stuff. And I've already done stuff like that on this channel. I've already not shown certain things where I'm like, no, I'm not putting any light on that. But it's like I gotta, it's gotta be balanced. I have to understand that balance. Is showing this and talking about it and being honest about it going to benefit this company that's, obviously trying to exploit especially new buyers? Or is it going to help mitigate, right? So anyways, gotta be the knife community and everything that's happening is pretty, it's always happened over the last decade is very important to me. I want people to get good quality items for their money. New people, I want you to have the right information. A lot of crazy, a lot of confusing stuff out there, right? Don't want anybody getting their face ripped off. I think that's going to be pretty much it. I think I need to stop. Please make sure to follow me at metal_complex on Instagram. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.